today's update. It's Friday the 20th of February and I'm sure you all want to know how Wednesday went. So I'm going to get straight on into it. First of all, I went in on Wednesday, like I said. They were going to do the ultrasound first up in theatre before they went ahead with the procedure. So I went in about 8:15 and sat around for a while. They did my obs. I got given my medication, so I had Valium and Panadeine Forte, which is the Panadeine and codeine. Got all into my theatre gear, went into theatre and they did the ultrasound and they could definitely see that the follicle was still there, so they were happy to go ahead with the procedure for the egg pickup. So what they did was you lie down in stirrups and they gave you the gas to suck on, which I never had the gas before, and it was actually really, really good. It was really, like, at first I didn't think I was getting much of an effect from it, but in the end it sort of made me a little bit giggly, so that's how I knew it was obviously working. So that was definitely an experience, a good experience. It didn't really take away the pain of the procedure so much. Like, I could still feel it, but the pain didn't really bother me, and I had a nurse next to me and I was just able to squeeze her hand, so that really helped. Really hard to describe what the procedure felt like. Lots of pressure, I guess, and I could definitely feel the needle going through, and it was a little bit painful, but it wasn't unbearable by any means, but not comfortable either. So it wasn't terrible, it wasn't like breezy, but it was fine, honestly. Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. The unfortunate thing is that they weren't able to retrieve any eggs. So when she did go in, she did what she was supposed to do and said that she didn't think she got an egg. So what they did was she gave the sample or whatever she got to the scientist, and they had a quick look and there was definitely no egg there. So we don't really know whether it was the fact that that follicle was empty, or that I had already ovulated the egg, or that it was there and she just couldn't get to it, or whatever. So that was a bit of a bugger. So they decided that since I was there that they would just do insemination instead, since they had the semen there. They weren't obviously able to collect an egg to do ICSI, so they figured that they'd just put it up in there just in case. Probably rather than wasting it, and probably maybe to make me feel a little bit better, even though I know that the sperm wasn't great, and the scientist on the day said that it wasn't great. Like, it would have been fine for ICSI, but it wasn't, like, it was the same as all of Ryan's other previous samples, so not amazing. I then went out to the recovery room and they did my obs. I had a cup of tea and that sort of thing, and while I was out there the nurse came and had a chat to me about my next cycle, and we've started to plan that already. So the plan is they said that they were happy for me to come back and try again whenever I wanted to. So Ryan and I have decided that we would want to go back straight away if we can. The plan next time is to start at a higher dose. So I started off on 87.5 of Gonal F and went up to 100, and this time they're going to start me on 112.5 right from the get-go. So hopefully it'll mean that that stimulating part will be a lot less than it was last time, because I think in the end I was stimulating for about 18 days, which is quite a long time. So hopefully we'll reduce that right down with the bigger dose, and hopefully we'll get a few more follicles as well. Apart from that, there's not really too much that they're going to change in the cycle. I have a prescription for the pill to start again, so I'll be starting that as soon as my period arrives. But I have a script for a different pill this time to give that a go, rather than the one that I was on last time, because I found that that one gave me the nausea and was really fatigued and just had a really flat mood. So I don't really want that again. So I'm going to try a different prescription this time, which is apparently like a lower dosage. And so I'll give that a go and see if that makes a difference. I had a chat with the nurses afterwards, and I should expect my period at normal time. So maybe if you're going off when my last one was, it'd be due sometime next week, like towards the end of next week. I don't know if all the drugs and everything is going to put it off a little bit, but I guess we'll see. So as soon as I get my period, back on the pill, and then I'll call my clinic and arrange for my next cycle. The only thing is that my clinic, because it's a bulk billing, cheaper clinic, and a lot of things are bulk billed, what I will need to do is I need to wait to get some checks back from Medicare, and once I get those checks back, I take them to the clinic and I pay the final bill, and so I can't start my next round until that's taken care of. Now those checks, apparently, my clinic told me they can take 4 to 6 weeks, but I've heard from other women that it can take even longer than that and can take even 8 to 12 weeks, which is just ridiculous. I really don't want to wait 3 months to get back into it. So an alternative that you can do for that is to pay the outstanding balance yourself, and then once that's taken care of, you can take your receipts to Medicare and they'll refund you your full rebate that you're entitled to. So I'm thinking that we might do it that way because it'll be a lot quicker, and the rebate that we get should cover the cost of the next round, like if I've worked it out correctly. And because we've now met the Medicare safety net, we will also get more back from our Medicare rebates for the next round. Sorry if you guys aren't Australian, all of this might not really make sense to you, because I know in America and the UK they all have different systems. So in America most of everything is all privatized, and in the UK, you know, you have the what is it called, the NAS. So in Australia we have Medicare, and they help with a lot of your costs of medications and that sort of thing. If you go to a public hospital in Australia, you don't have to pay anything because Medicare covers it, and you pay Medicare through your tax. So that kind of gives you a bit of an overview of what Medicare is. Overall, the whole Medicare thing is very confusing, but I feel like I'm learning a lot going through this experience. I'm learning about all the ins and outs of it, and it's, you know, it's pretty good compared to a lot of other countries, so very thankful to be having Medicare. Apart from that, after the procedure, I have honestly felt fine. I didn't have any bleeding afterwards. I've had the odd bit of pain every now and then, like sharp shooting pains that last a few seconds, and that's all. So overall, I'm feeling pretty good. I haven't really noticed any substantial loss of bloating or anything like that. And I still feel tired, but honestly I think that it's probably just my work and that sort of thing, and it's really, really gloomy and rainy the past few days. If you're in Australia, you've probably heard that there's a massive cyclone, a Category 5 cyclone up North Queensland, and so while the cyclone is not going to hit us, we're getting a lot of the bad weather from that. So that's, you know, when it's nice and gloomy outside, all you just want to do is sleep. So I think that's pretty much all I needed to update you guys on. I guess now we're just playing the waiting game again, which is really annoying. Waiting for my cycle to return and starting the pill. And yeah, that's about it for now. I feel like this is probably not the news that everyone was expecting, but that's okay. This round is just a bit of a trial. Obviously, the day that this all happened, I was quite upset, but I'm at the point now where I'm like, it's fine, we move on, we've got to start again, and that's fine, and I'm fine with that. Okay guys, that's all I've got for you today. Stay tuned for some updates again next week, and I'll talk to you guys then. Bye!